In this video I want to talk about the difference between creativity, originality and style. I'm a b-boy, a breakdancer, and in the b-boy community people used to confuse these terms a lot. To really explain you the difference between these terms, imagine having a class of students. You give a task to these students. The task is, imagine having an umbrella. Each student should list different uses for an umbrella. So, what you can use an umbrella for? Of course, the main use of an umbrella is just protecting yourself from the rain, but in this task you have to try to find out new ideas on how to use umbrellas. Write down a list, and then from this list you can find out different things. The first thing you notice is that different students will find out more or less ideas on how to use an umbrella. For example, John can find out 10 different uses of an umbrella, while Matt, for example, can only find 3 different uses of an umbrella. In this case, John is more creative because he found out more solutions. Finding out more solutions doesn't necessarily mean that these solutions are original. In order to find out many different solutions, you need to use your imagination, your creativity. You need to think outside the box. And this is creativity. Creativity is finding out different solutions, different ideas. The more ideas you can find, the more creative you are. Finding out many different ideas doesn't necessarily mean you are also original, because originality is something else. Originality represents how unique are these ideas that you find out. For example, Sarah found out only one different use of the umbrella, but this solution that she found is different from all the other solutions that the other classmates found. So she's the only one in the class that found out this unique solution. This is unique. This is original. She's not very creative because she didn't find out many different uses of the umbrella, but she only found out one use, and this one use is very unique, is original. Other people maybe found out, 10 different uses of an umbrella, but if you confront all the lists of all the different students, you can see that the ideas are kinda the same in each case. So they are not very unique. So what is style in this case? So let's suppose that this little task was on paper. You can think about style a little bit as calligraphy, handwriting. Handwriting usually is something that comes natural. You already have your own style of handwriting, but you can also change it if you want. You can train yourself to write the letter A in another way, to write a little smaller, to write a little bigger. So it can be natural, but it can also be something that you have control on. Someone can be totally not creative, totally not original, but the style is still a little bit visible in everyone, because each human being is a little bit different from the other. There are people who work more on their style. So in this case, it doesn't necessarily have to do on what you wrote, but how you wrote it. The style is not related to the content, but about the form. So again, creativity, the amount of different ideas you had. Originality, how unique these ideas are. Style, how did you write these ideas? So how to apply that in breaking? A very creative b-boy could be a b-boy that have many different moves, many different variations, but when you see his style, you don't necessarily think that he is unique. Or maybe you can even think that he's biting someone else. Because maybe, yes, he's creative, but all the ideas that he has are very similar to other ideas that other b-boys had. So in this case, this b-boy would be very creative, but not unique. Instead, a b-boy who is very unique, maybe it doesn't necessarily have to be creative, maybe he has only one signature move that only he can do. So this move is very unique, is very original, but it's not that creative because he didn't create so many other moves. A combination between creativity and originality could be a b-boy that creates a lot of moves, and a lot of these moves that he created are unique. So what is style for a b-boy? Style could be the way he moves. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in unique moves or in creative moves. Also a flair, for example, that is a very basic movement, can be stylish, depending on the form of the flair. Even just a 6-step can be very stylish. So even if you try to do the flair exactly the same as someone else, your flair will still look a little bit different from the other person. So if you want it or not, you still have a style. A good example about style, in my opinion, is b-boy Chico. He doesn't do any really creative move or any unique move, but the way he performs the moves is very unique. When you see him spinning, you can clearly recognize him. This is his way of doing air flares, of doing windmills, of doing head spins. In some sports and disciplines, the more style you have, the worse you are, because you should look exactly the same as other people in the group. A very wrong misconception in breaking is that b-boys that are doing footworks and that are following the music more, dancing more, they practice style. This is actually not true. A b-boy who does only power move could be even more stylish of a b-boy who only dance and do footworks or top rocks, leg works and things like that. The opposite thing is also true. A b-boy that does only top rocks and footworks can be way more stylish than a b-boy who does only tricks, power moves. It depends. You have to keep in mind that everything we do is movement. So a six step is a movement. The flare is also a movement. You can create variations of both moves. You can create your own form of a six step. You can create your own form of a flare. The real difference is how we perform this movement, not which movements we are doing. Not if one guy is doing power moves and tricks or the other guy is doing footworks and top rocks. The important thing is how. This is what makes style. You can be creative and original in your power moves, you can be creative and original in your footworks, in your top rocks, or in your freezes, in everything actually. I really hope this video cleared your mind a little bit about creativity, originality and style. If you want me to make other videos like this, let me know in the comments. This is a little bit different than usual. If you want me to help you and follow you through your breaking journey, check out my Patreon link in the description. If you want to have clear guides on how to learn specific moves like windmills, swipes, flares and air flares, check out the guides that I made, link in the description. And see you next time with a new video. Yo ninjas!